So we know how to stream stuff in Unity, but now let's say we want to change things in real time. And now I'm going to do some coding, so definitely bear with me. Let's delete the building. Let's just keep the fox. And let's delete that content. OK, so we have a fox right here being streamed. We can see the fox in our 3D scene. It's called Arctic Fox. What's cool about RSDK in Unity is that every single 3D model has a custom behavior script attached to it automatically. So that's a script that you can change and basically affect the interaction itself and affect what you're going to have in the scene. So what you see right now is a script in Unity format. It's C#. So if you know any other, if you know C# or any other object-oriented language like Java, you're good to go. It's pretty straightforward. It has two main functions that you need to know. One is called start. Evident by its name, that's the function that's being called on when the application starts. And then this code snippet is being executed. The other option that we have is the amazing function called update. That's a really important function that happens every single frame. Remember, you're coding in 3D now. That means that there's frames being rendered, there's animations, there's basically a long, almost like a long video being rendered on your phone. And the cool thing about that is like you can basically run a function, run a code snippet every single frame. This thing is almost like a while true function or an infinite for loop that happens every single frame. So you can add content to it and add actions, but again, make sure because it happens every single frame to take performance into mind. And if you bombard it with a lot of stuff, it can hinder your application because again, it happens every single frame. So don't put a while true loop inside a while true loop, right? It will never stop. Okay, so let's look at this code snippet. So here, for example, I'm going to add some other script to the entry. That's the script that makes sure that it rotates and scales and stuff like that. Here we have a code snippet that basically asks, does this entry has any additional data, any metadata on top of it? If it does have any metadata, let's see if it has a name, right? Like, let's say it has a key called name. And if it does have a name, let's set that to be the name of the game object. So let's go back here to our console. Let's add that metadata called name. So let's do name. What's a good name for a fox? Let's do Kevin. That's a good name. Kevin. There we go. And now we're going to press play. Now our script will figure out that there's a name associated with the fox. And there we go. We see that the name of the fox is now Kevin. Super, super easy. Let's change the name to something else. Let's say Sam. But wait, it stayed Kevin. Why is that? Because our function was in the start function. So only when we click start, it happens. So that's not a real-time change, right? So if I'll stop and restart the app, now the start function will be launched again, and the name will be Sam. OK, but let's say we want to change that. Let's say we want to have those updates happen all the time. So let's go back to our code right here. And let's move this code snippet from start. Let's move it to update. So now this snippet of code will happen every single frame, right? Which means that we'll be able to query for the name every single frame. And if that name exists, it will change to the name of the object. So let's restart the application. Now our code snippet is in the update function. We'll see, again, the same state of the fox being called Sam. So let's see that. Perfect. Now we have Sam. But if we change it back to Kevin, boom, suddenly it's called Kevin, right? It changed in real time because we added in the update function. So take advantage of that. You're only limited by your imagination. You can have metadata and keys and values that can do anything you want. I use those for transformation, like scale, rotation, animation, movement, or name. You can do whatever. You can have features that you enable remotely, like true, false, if branches that will only run if the right data exists. So definitely, again, build it however you like and run with it.